19 unusual aspects of Indonesia where women are often to spending the night with unfamiliar faces. Have you ever wished to escape the clamor of urban life, dive into untouched nature, and discover diverse cultures? Indonesia, famously referred to as the land of 1,000 islands, provides opportunities to encounter rare wildlife and lush landscapes. The nation is also home to magnificent volcanoes that emit plumes of white smoke, creating breathtaking and awe-inspiring views. Indonesia is inhabited by over 300 ethnic groups, each possessing unique customs, traditions, and artistry. You can participate in fascinating events such as the Intimacy Festival with strangers, savor unusual dishes like grilled snake, and enjoy a lively nightlife. However, be mindful while living in Indonesia, as there are regulations against premarital relationships and cohabitation. Let's delve into the 18 most intriguing aspects of Indonesia together. Number 19. The Intimacy Festival with strangers, one of the most peculiar festivals in the world, is known as the Pond Festival, an intimacy festival involving strangers. Regardless of marital status, participants believe this event will attract divine blessings. Occurring 7 times annually, the Pond Festival draws thousands of visitors and pilgrims to the Gunung Kukus Temple, located on a sacred mountain in Java, Daratio. Attendees must first cleanse themselves in spring water to purify their bodies before seeking out a stranger for an intimate connection, ensuring that this individual is not their spouse. To receive the God's blessings and good fortune, they must engage with the same person 7 consecutive times. Consequently, they exchange contact details to fulfill the ritual over a period of 35 days. Most of those involved are entrepreneurs who believe that this tradition will lead to prosperity and success in their endeavors. Due to this unique practice, Gunung Kukus has earned the nickname the Hill of Love, where individuals from diverse professions, regardless of their relationship status, come together in search of luck and wealth. Have you ever considered this unusual festival? Share your thoughts in the comments below. When it comes to nightlife in Indonesia, the overall experience in Jakarta is regarded as high-quality entertainment, providing visitors with delightful experiences, particularly in well-known bars and nightclubs such as Blowfish and Dragonfly. A less conventional part of nightlife in popular tourist areas involves prostitution and red light districts. In Indonesia, prostitution is legally viewed as a crime against decency or morality. Since 2019, Indonesian authorities have initiated several campaigns aimed at eliminating all red light districts. Jakarta was once home to the notorious prostitution center Komodo, which has now been officially shut down. However, the practice of prostitution persists in new forms, including online dating and discreet activities in nightclubs and strip clubs. According to sources, Jakarta still hosts 3 primary red light districts: Jalan Fatan in Block M, South Jakarta; Meiji, also known as Little Tokyo, in Block M; and Jalan Pandaran Gata in North Jakarta, which continues to draw sex tourists. Number 17. The unusual tradition of cohabiting with the deceased in Indonesia. In the Taja region on the remote island of Soloi, there exists a distinct funeral practice referred to as living with the dead. The Taja community holds the belief that death is simply a passage to another realm, and that the departed remain an integral part of their lives. As a result, instead of burying their loved ones immediately, they keep the bodies of the deceased at home for several weeks, months, or even years. The bodies are preserved using formalin and herbs, then placed in coffins embellished with fabrics, jewelry, and treasured items. These coffins are kept either at home or in caves, and family members frequently visit, converse with, and offer food and gifts to the departed. Each year, the Taja people celebrate the Rambo Solo Festival, an intricate and expensive ritual designed to bid farewell to the deceased as they to the afterlife. During this festival, the coffins are opened, the bodies are cleansed, dressed in new garments, and paraded through the village. After the celebration, the bodies are returned to their coffins and interred in caves or family burial sites. The practice of residing alongside the deceased may appear unsettling and challenging to comprehend for many, yet it is a vital aspect of their culture and beliefs, reflecting reverence for those who have passed away and a conviction in the afterlife. The 16th point addresses the prohibition of premarital relations and cohabitation. Despite the presence of more liberal festivities, the Indonesian Penal Code forbids extramarital relationships and cohabitation. Individuals involved in extramarital affairs may face incarceration for a year, while unmarried couples cohabiting could be sentenced to 6 months behind bars. This new legislation applies to both Indonesian citizens and foreigners living in the nation, and it also prohibits cohabitation among unmarried partners. According to CNN, this law has been approved by Indonesian lawmakers, but will not become effective for 3 years, allowing time for the development of implementation guidelines. Abortion is still illegal in the country, and penalties for adultery are enforced only if formal complaints are lodged with the authorities. For married individuals, the spouse has the authority to file such a complaint. Regulations concerning sexual conduct and relationships are not a recent development in certain areas of Indonesia. In the Aceh province, which has a predominantly Muslim demographic, Sharia law is enforced, permitting public caning for offenses such as gambling, adultery, the consumption of alcohol, and homosexual activities. In recent years, public caning has become increasingly frequent, with some individuals fainting from the excruciating pain. In an incident that occurred in 2021, 2 individuals were caned 77 times after neighbors reported them for engaging in homosexual acts. In another case, a man and a woman were each caned 20 times for being found together. In early 2022, a woman was publicly caned 100 times for adultery. What are your thoughts on these regulations in Indonesia? Feel free to share your opinions in the comments below. In Indonesia, the country with the largest Muslim population in the world, there are specific laws and restrictions concerning the consumption and sale of alcoholic beverages. It is essential for tourists and expatriates living there to be aware of these regulations. In Indonesia, the majority of the population adheres to Islam, and Sharia law significantly influences social norms. Under Sharia law, the consumption of alcohol is not allowed, leading to restrictions or outright bans on alcoholic beverages in public venues. Alcohol can only be purchased in specific places, such as licensed liquor stores, hotels, and tourist resorts. Buyers are required to present valid identification and may face limits on the quantity of alcohol they can acquire. Drinking in public spaces, including beaches, parks, and on public transport, is generally not permitted or is subject to limitations. Tourists are advised to be mindful of local customs and refrain from consuming alcohol in these locations. Another key aspect to keep in mind is maintaining a respectful distance from women. Indonesia is a nation rich in cultural and religious diversity, so it's essential for visitors to be aware of local traditions to prevent any misunderstandings. A significant Islamic influence shapes social norms in Indonesia, advising men to maintain a respectful distance from women. Intimate gestures common in Western cultures, like holding hands or kissing on the cheek, are best avoided. When greeting older women, they typically extend their hand for a light touch, which you may then bring to your forehead. If you are not at a friend's home, unmarried couples should either remain apart or inform the hotel management of their relationship to prevent any misunderstandings. Instead of offering a handshake to women, it's more appropriate to smile and nod as a greeting. If an Indonesian woman extends her hand, respond by shaking it gently with your right hand. During conversations, it's advisable to avoid prolonged direct eye contact with women, especially younger ones, as this may be perceived as disrespectful. Tourists should also dress modestly, ensuring their shoulders and knees are covered when visiting religious sites or conservative areas. It's important to refrain from wearing overly revealing attire, especially for women. Intimate actions like hugging, kissing on the cheek, or placing an arm around a woman's shoulder should be avoided unless she is a close friend or family member. Indonesia, known as the world's largest archipelago, is not only celebrated for its unspoiled tropical islands and rich culture, but also for being the proud home of the remarkable Komodo dragon. This unique giant lizard primarily inhabits the islands of Komodo, Rinca, Flores, and Gili Motang. The Komodo dragon holds the title of the largest lizard species still alive today, with lengths that can reach up to 3 meters and weights of up to 150 kilograms. This reptile boasts a formidable presence, characterized by its thick, scaly skin, sharp teeth, and swift movements. As an apex predator within its ecosystem, the Komodo dragon is capable of hunting a range of prey, including deer, wild boars and water buffalo, and even larger animals like older buffalo and zebras. Its venom can incapacitate and kill prey within a few hours. It is important to note that the Komodo dragon is quite dangerous, as it is a carnivorous creature that could potentially pose a threat to humans. National Park serves as a highly sought-after tourist attraction that draws visitors from across the globe to witness and discover these enormous reptiles. Adventurous tours are available for guests to trek through the woods, explore caves, and observe Komodo dragons in their natural surroundings. Although the population of Komodo dragons has seen a notable rise in recent times, they remain classified as vulnerable according to the International Union for Conservation of Nature and the Red List. Thus, the preservation and protection of the Komodo dragon's environment are of utmost significance. What are your thoughts on the largest lizard in the world, the Komodo dragon? Feel free to share your opinions in the comments section below. On the enchanting island of Bhutan in Indonesia, nestled amid expansive tropical forests and majestic mountains, lies a unique tribe with striking sky-blue eyes. Known as the Bhutan people, the story behind their captivating blue eyes fascinates both tourists and researchers. Studies suggest that the reason for the blue-eyed trait among the Bhutan population is Wenberg syndrome is a rare genetic condition that influences the pigmentation of the skin, eyes, and hair. Individuals with this syndrome often have blue or gray-blue eyes, and their hair may be white or very light blonde. Despite its rarity, Wenberg syndrome does not greatly affect the overall health of the Bhutan people, who lead normal lives just like everyone else, engaging in activities such as farming and fishing while upholding their rich cultural traditions. The blue eyes of the Bhutan community have become a unique symbol, drawing tourists from across the globe to Bhutan Island. Visitors arrive not only to appreciate the island's untouched natural beauty, but also to uncover the enigma surrounding the blue-eyed tribe and gain insight into their distinctive culture. However, since Wenberg syndrome is inherited, the population of Bhutan individuals with blue eyes is slowly dwindling. At present, only a small number of children within the tribe have these striking blue eyes, making it essential to preserve and protect the unique charm of the Bhutan people. The blue-eyed tribe in Indonesia continues to captivate all who encounter them. Asia exemplifies the richness and marvels of the natural environment. Their narrative highlights the significance of safeguarding cultural heritage and upholding distinct traditional values. 11 unusual and peculiar culinary practices characterize Indonesia's food culture, consistently intriguing travelers. The nation's cuisine instantly evokes the vibrant variety of Indonesia's cultural landscape. This variety is evident not only in the cooking techniques but also in the manner in which the meals are enjoyed. Spices play an essential role in Indonesian food preparation, often leading to the creation of dishes with remarkable flavors. Alongside appetizing and visually appealing meals, some are perceived as odd by visitors due to their unique ingredients and cooking methods. For example, residents of Java indulge in a dish called satdak, which consists of grilled monitor lizard meat. The lizard is skewered and cooked until it is charred, then generously coated with a spicy peanut sauce. It is believed that this reptile offers various health benefits. In northern Sulawesi, locals indulge in hunting wild bats and preparing a dish known as paniki dadik. These bats are often cooked with coconut milk, chili, and a variety of bold spices to mask their unique scent. Fried or skewered bats are favored by the community, who hold the belief that they can alleviate asthma and allergies. When visiting eastern Indonesia, particularly in regions like Maluku or Papua, be sure to sample sago worms, or ulat sagu. This dish is made from larvae found in sago palm trees or coconut trees. While many locals enjoy them raw, if you're not quite ready for that, you can opt for grilled or boiled versions. A spicy fish sauce is a popular side for this delicacy. Another culinary experience to consider is trying snake skewers as you stroll through the lively streets of Jakarta. Street vendors prepare these skewers using cobra meat, typically served with shallots, sweet soy sauce, and a spicy peanut sauce. Don't miss the chance to sip on traditional arak, which is sometimes mixed with a touch of snake blood and honey, as many Indonesian men believe in its unique properties. This blend can boost sexual desire, even though these dishes may surprise guests because of their unusual ingredients and cooking techniques. They hold a vital place in Indonesia's culinary tradition. If you get the chance to visit, be sure to sample these dishes to savor their distinct flavors and gain a richer understanding of Indonesian culture. Would you be interested in trying these dishes? Share your thoughts in the comments below. 1 out of 3 Indonesian women experiences abuse. A national survey carried out by the Indonesian government regarding violence against women that 33% of females aged 15 to 64 encounter abuse during their lives. Violence is most prevalent among women with higher education levels and those residing in urban settings. Data from Indonesian authorities reveal that in 2018, the highest incidence of violence against women happened within households. Findings from an independent survey released by a coalition of women's rights advocacy organizations indicate that Indonesian women also often experience harassment in public spaces. The survey encompassed various areas such as streets, public transportation, workplaces, and educational institutions, involving 62,000 participants from different regions across the nation. More than 60% of women in Indonesia have encountered verbal harassment, with over half experiencing it before reaching the age of 16. Number 9. Highlights the unusual volcanic sacrifice ceremony in Indonesia. On the stunning Mount Bromo in East Java, a unique and captivating event draws visitors from all over the globe. The Jakarta Festival, organized by the Hindu Tangga community, is a fusion of ancient traditions and appreciation for nature's might. This festival traces its roots back to the legend of Roro Anang and Joko Sega, a royal couple who longed for children. They prayed to the volcano god Bromo for offspring and were promised 25 children. However, after the arrival of their 25th child, Kisuma, they regretted their request and attempted to escape their vow. In response, the volcano god unleashed a furious eruption as punishment. To appease the deity and seek forgiveness, the Tangga community initiated their yearly sacrifice ceremony on the full moon of June during the Jakarta Festival. They make their way from the villages at the base of the mountain to the peak of Bromo, carrying offerings that include fruits, flowers, vegetables, and even livestock. Upon reaching their destination, they gather around the bubbling crater and cast their offerings into the deep abyss as a tribute to the deities. Additionally, some individuals use nets to collect the offerings that are thrown. The Jakarta Festival symbolizes the gratitude of the Tangga people towards Mount Bromo, the divine entity they believe sustains life and abundance. This sacrificial ceremony also acts as a prayer for plentiful harvests, good health, and harmony within the community. In Indonesia, the trend of online begging is gaining traction, particularly on social media platforms like TikTok, leading to significant debate and concern among the public. This type of online begging typically incorporates images and videos. The elderly, children, or disabled individuals often find themselves in challenging circumstances, accompanied by heartfelt requests for viewers' kindness to contribute financially. However, in many instances, the funds donated do not reach those who truly require assistance. Instead, they are misappropriated by certain individuals or organizations for their own benefit. Rather than wandering the streets in search of spare change or a meal, some have turned to platforms like TikTok, which offers an easier alternative. They simply need to film videos showcasing their distressing situations, share them on a widely used social media platform, and watch as the money begins to pour into their accounts. A prevalent trend among those who beg, particularly older women, involves appealing to the viewer's generosity by covering themselves in mud. This act of mud bathing appears to yield significant profits. Unfortunately for these individuals, Authorities have taken action against this type of content, mandating that platforms eliminate mud bath videos. Online begging transforms vulnerable people into instruments for profit for those lacking morals. Their well-being and image are manipulated to provoke community compassion and garner financial support. Donations can be challenging to manage, as it is often difficult to differentiate between legitimate cases of need and fraudulent schemes. This leaves the public feeling confused and skeptical about charitable efforts. Indonesia holds the title of the largest archipelagic nation globally. Its nickname as an archipelago country derives from its unique geographical features and landscape. Wow. When considering only its landmass, Indonesia ranks as the 14th largest nation in the world. However, when including its maritime territory, it elevates to the 7th position. As you travel through Indonesia, you'll encounter countless stunning and picturesque islands. Yet, no one has succeeded in providing an accurate total of Indonesia's islands, as some smaller ones become submerged at high tide. The country showcases a wide array of landscapes, ranging from majestic volcanoes and expansive tropical rainforests to pristine beaches and arid deserts. This diversity makes Indonesia a perfect destination for nature lovers and outdoor activities, such as climbing, trekking, and scuba diving. It has been stated that the nation boasts 1754 islands. However, a 3-year study carried out by an Indonesian organization discovered merely 13,466 islands. The CIA estimates that Indonesia is home to 17,508 islands, while the National Aeronautics and Space Institute reported 18,377 islands in 2002. One fascinating aspect of traveling through Indonesia is the chance to experience a variety of languages, cuisines, and cultures, with just a brief journey from one island to another. Indonesia's rich heritage showcases the country as a melting pot of diverse cultures, forming a unique cultural identity. Each island and ethnic group presents its own distinct customs, traditional celebrations, and culinary delights, making it an incredibly appealing destination for travelers. Headscarves are an essential item for the people of Indonesia. They are not merely fashion statements, but also carry profound cultural and religious meanings for Indonesian women. Headscarves are a crucial element of everyday clothing, symbolizing their cultural identity and religious beliefs. The hijab is the most frequently worn headscarf by Muslim women in Indonesia, crafted from materials like chiffon, silk, or soft cotton. These hijabs are available in various colors and designs. Indonesian Muslim women don hijabs to cover their hair, neck, and chest, signifying their devotion to Allah and commitment to Islamic principles. In some religions in Indonesia, including Islam and Hinduism, not wearing a headscarf or hat during ceremonies is regarded as a demonstration of respect and humility towards deities and elders. Additionally, women who wear hijabs typically refrain from overt expressions of affection. For example, they might avoid intimate gestures, particularly hugs from men, as this is seen as a way to maintain respect and uphold dignity between genders. Instead, they prefer to engage in polite communication while observing boundaries, which helps to preserve cultural distance and respect personal space. In another story, there is a man who has married 88 times. According to Tribal News, he is a 61-year-old farmer from Malena in West Java, Indonesia, and he has no family.